Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, and as promised, we're going to show you what Mr. Brodie's been doing with the 1977 Boston Red Sox using out of the park baseball in his replay. So far, the Red Sox are 10-12, and Mr. Brodie is not pleased with that record. He thinks they should have a much better record. So Mr. Brodie's gone ahead and made one deal so far, and he's got many more in the workings here. So let's switch to the Boston Red Sox roster here. So as you can see here, let's get them according to potential here. I don't see it on here. Hold on here. Let's see where it is. Alright, I don't think it's on here. Playoff roster. Let's go with lineups maybe. And we just signed him, so they said he goes on to a different list over here. See if I can figure out where it is. Let's go. Well, let's go to Mr. Brodie here. Let's go to his transaction. Let's see here. Let's go to his mail. Here we go. Oh, I thought that was it. Mail and news. There we go. Alrighty. So Mr. Brodie's first deal is GM and manager here. He traded Mike Paxton. Now I wasn't sure. They either asked for Mike Paxton, Don Ossie, or Bob Stanley for Toby Harrah. So he was high up on the list there for Texas, and we decided to go with Mike Paxton as being the most. We kind of want to see what Don Ossie could do because he started off well. Paxton has been good out of the bullpen, but again, he's just a reliever. And Bob Stanley, well, he's not our favorite. We have some possible plans for him, as we'll talk about shortly. But anyway, Mr. Brodie made the deal, and it was a straight up deal. I don't think there was any cash involved. And I think we got Harrah so cheaply because he has started off poorly. He's just a 181 hitter with 15 hits and 2 home runs. Hitting, but his defense and potential is much as. Let's go into him right here. So if we look at him right here, actually we can compare him to. Actually, I guess we can compare him to Hobson. Let's compare him to Hobson here. Compare a player. Here we go. To Butch Hobson. And we still have Hobson. We haven't got rid of him. We're trying to deal him now. So let's compare them here. So if we compare them right here, the overall potential for Harrah is much higher than he's a full 4.5 stars and only 2.5 stars for Hobson. Contact, Harrah's better, 55 to 50. Gap power, Hobson's a little bit higher. Home run power, dead even. Eye, much better eye for Toby Harrah, like double the eye of Butch Hobson, 70, so he won't strike out as much. Avoiding Ks, 60, while Hobson's only 40. Contact potential, he's 10 higher than Hobson. Gap power, a little bit less, 5 less. Home run potential, again, 60. Eye potential, 70 to 40, in favor of Harrah. Avoid Ks potential, 65, 45, and then here we go. Contact versus left-handed pitchers, 55 to 50, dead even as far as home run power versus lefty, 60. Eye versus lefty, 70 compared to 35. Okay, then right-handed pitchers, 55 versus 50, in favor of Harrah, even for home run power, 65 to 35 for eye. And sacrifice bunt, Hobson's a tad bit better, but we're not going to be using him the bunt really that much. Bunt for hit, here we go, 60, so he's got a lot more speed. 65 to 25, running speed 55 to 40, and here we go, stolen bases 70 to 55, so we'll get some stolen bases out of Harrah, and base running instincts a little bit better too. So I think this is pretty much well, Hobson is 3 years younger. Harrah is definitely the, let's see if we can get this over here, there we go. Harrah is definitely the national popularity, extremely popular. Local popularity, extremely popular. And Butch Hobson, national popularity, insignificant. And local popularity, fair. So definitely Toby Harrah is going to probably draw in some fans too. And he's just, I don't know, I think he's all around good deal for us. So now that we got rid of him, well, we didn't get rid of him yet, but now that we've signed Harrah, we have to try to move Hobson now. So now is where we have our, not so much dilemma, but we have a bunch of decisions to make here. So let's go to our, let's see here. Let's go to our player search and shortlist here. Where did I do this here? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we have, so this was what we did before. These were our choices. Oh, I guess there is no shortlist anymore. I thought we had a bunch of third base. Oh, maybe it went away once we picked it. Let's try for, okay, now here are two areas we want to try to improve in: starting pitching and closer. Okay, so starting pitcher, player search here. Okay, player, oh, here we go. So here we go. This is what we did for Hobson. We went here and we went to third base. And we tried for George Brett and Mike Schmidt, but that wasn't going to happen. And Toby Harrah was, I think he was still the third on the list. So I was quite surprised that he was available, but we were able to snag him, which is good. So now let's go to closers, and this is where it gets interesting. So we've highlighted the ones we're interested in. Rich Gossage. Now, if we could get Rich Gossage, which is definitely a possibility, we could prevent the Yankees from getting him, number one. And we would get him, and then we could decide what to do with Stanley. We could either trade Stanley outright, or, which kind of is an interesting thing, is we could make him into a starter, which the Red Sox did later on. So we could just do that a little bit early. Rich Gossage is only 25, so that's positive there. Now Rollie Fingers, he looks interesting, but he is 30. And those are the only two really closers there. But let's look at Gossage here. So available actions. Let's go to our trade options, and let's see what they. Now this is where it gets interesting. So these are the guys that we could trade away for Gossage. So let's get Mr. Brodie up here so he can decide here. We definitely, Freddie Lynn, no. Ferguson Jenkins, no. Don Ossie, I don't really want to get rid of him. I'm tempted to try Rick Wise. He's getting older, and I think we lose him anyway to Cleveland. And we don't really want that trade to go through next year with Bernie Carbo anyway. We don't really, I mean, we may not get Dennis Eckersley, but I'm not sure exactly how we got Eckersley, if that was free agency or if it was actually a trade. But we're going to lose Rick Wise anyway next year. Let's see what he's doing this year. He's not really, I don't think he's doing too much for us this year anyway. So he is, so yeah, he's just 1-1 with a 5.40 ERA, a projected 7.7. So he's not really even looking that. So let's go back to this here. So I'm tempted on these ones right here. It's going to be either it's going to be Rick Wise, probably the most appealing one here. Definitely, I don't want to get rid of Stanley because I kind of want to. I think we can. He's got potential there. I think we can make the most of that potential. Don Ossie, I really always wanted to kind of see if we kept him, what he would do. He's only 22. But Rick Wise, I think I'm tempted. I didn't even use this last. I think I went with Reggie Cleveland to try that deal. But I think I'm going to go with, let's see what Reggie Cleveland's doing for us this year. Yeah, he's not doing bad. Well, he's got a high ERA. Yeah, he's got a high ERA. But he is on a projection still to win 20 games, so even with that 6 ERA. But I'm more tempted to get rid of Rick Wise in this one. So let's just see what happens if we were to trade Rick Wise, and he would go to, where is he, on Texas now? I think he's on, No, Pittsburgh. He's on Pittsburgh. So he'd be in the National League anyway. So let's just see what it says about here with this. Okay. So initial reaction, Chris Bell. I agree. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. So, and then here, it seems like a good deal to me. Hopefully the other side agrees. Okay, well that's good. I think that's about the best we've gotten so far. I think with Cleveland it was like it's almost even. Well, let's just look at it. Let's look at what the Cleveland deal. No, we don't want to add this. So remove. Okay. So let's go with Reggie Cleveland here. Yeah, it's a lot to like. Oh, a lot to like about this trade. Okay. So that's going to leave us 40 and 497. And with Wise, it's going to be, yeah, same thing, money-wise. So I think the other one sounds like it's going to be better. Our GM likes it better, but I'm kind of liking this one just because Wise is older, and I don't know. So those are the two possibilities there. So if you guys have any opinions on that, so that's option number one. And then what I would do is I would probably try to. I may keep Stanley like as a setup man possibly right now, or I might see if I can convert him to a. Not sure exactly how you do that on here, but maybe make him a. I think it shows it shows him as being a position reliever here. I'm just not sure exactly. Maybe Al, if you know how to make him a starter, if there's anything special I got to do to make him a starter, because I might try that. Now, I would also like, since we're going to be giving up a starter there, we're going to be one starter short. So I would like to make Stanley a starter, but that might be a next year deal possibility. Maybe in '78 when he had it. But here's the other possibility thing I'm looking at. Now, there's a couple of good starters available. Some of them get some age on them, but here are the ones that I've found so far. Where is it? But yeah, I really like this part of this deal, trying to make the of this game, this aspect of it. I never really got into this before, but starting to a little bit now. Okay. Alright, let's go back here. Yeah, so those are the two that we're interested in there. Okay. So short list now. Here we go. Now watch this. Let's take a look at this. So those are the ones I went through the list that are willing to accept trades, and we could do, and I'll show you those. So those are the possibilities there. The ones I really like to get. I know he's older, but I like Gaylord Perry. I'd like to get Gaylord Perry, and I'll show you what we would give up for him. Rick Ruschel is also appealing. He's a lot younger too. So here we go. So trade for player. So let's look at this. So again, here we go. We'd have to give up either Don Ossie or Bob Stanley for Gaylord Perry, which I mean, I looked at Ossie's track record afterward, and it really wasn't that exciting. But I don't know. They're both 22, so I don't know. That's a possibility there. Okay, so that's and let's just see what they say. I'll show you what they say. With Ossie, they say, this is a good deal for us to accept. Said, we're not improving by a lot. This would really hurt us. It wouldn't not really hurt us either. So that's with Ossie. Okay, let's look at this one now. Let's look at with Stanley. It's a good deal for us, I accept. And it says, it seems like a good deal to me. Hopefully the other side agrees. So that sounds a little bit more positive by getting rid of Stanley. And we've already gotten rid of our closer. I mean, we've already replaced the closer with Gossage at this point. So I'd do the Gossage deal first and then do this. And here, Perry is just, I don't know, I kind of would like to have him. I mean, look at those. He's got some really good seasons in here. Granted, they're a few years ago, but, you know, he won 15 games just last year in 12 games a year before with nice ERAs in there. Very low ERAs. And he's definitely a workhorse. Maybe not as much as he used to be, but last year he did 250 innings. So that's a strong possibility there. I kind of like that. And again, that's a short-term fix to try to get maybe to the World Series either this year or in 78. Because he might only have a couple years more left in him, if that. So that's a little bit risky there, but... Alright, so let's see. Let's look at... Now, we haven't even talked about getting rid of Hobson, what Hobson's going to give us. I'll show you what Hobson's going to give us later. Okay, the other one, Rick Ruschel. Let's look at him. So let's see who... And again, it's still Don Ossie and Bob Stanley. Rick Ruschel, let's look at him. So he's won, he's won about an average of 12 or 13 games a season for the last 5 years. So that's not too bad. ERA, nice, not too bad. Seems to be going down a little bit each season over the last few seasons. Not as proven as, again, he's not pitching, he's not playing for a great team either. So it could improve the record there with the team. So, wins and losses aren't all that important. I guess I could probably look more at the, I should probably look more at this stuff in the middle here, maybe a little bit more. But that's good movement and everything, and some stuff. 45, 70, 65. 45, 70, 60. 45, 70, 60. Good fastball. 45, 60. 45, 70, 60. And let's look at... Oh, he's from Quincy, Mass, too. So he's local. So he might be happy just to be into an area. I didn't know he was from Quincy. Ruschel. And Perry, let's look at his. 55, 65, 65, 45. So he's like he's got some more pitchers here too. 45. Fastball, sinker, curve, slider. Forkball. He's got a great assortment of pitches there. Let's look at this again. I mean, he's a good too. Not quite as high numbers, but not bad. But again, he's probably still developing. And now, here's another interesting one here. Let's just look at Ruschel's. Let's look at what they say about these. So, with Ossie, a lot to like about this trade. Pleasure doing business. Okay, I think maybe I did look at these, but anyway, let's just do it again. Stanley. That seems like a good deal to me. Hopefully the other side agrees. I like your proposal. Please submit it. Alright, and now here's another one too that would maybe hurt the Yankees. Is if we could get Ed Figueroa. But whoever we got would go to the who we traded would go to the Yankees. That's the only downfall here. And again, not the great... Oh, he did win 19 games and 16 the year before, so he's got some good potential here. He's already starting off at 2-0. I don't know, not my favorite, but... And again, it's only Don Ossie for this one, so I really maybe don't want this one. Just because Don Ossie would, if he has a good season with them, could come back to to hurt us. So it's not so much of a... It's kind of an even deal there. It's not really like a... Let's just see what it says here. Sorry, boss, but this deal does not make too much sense to me. I'd ask for slightly more, maybe a prospect. Alright, and I don't think there's anybody really that's a prospect on here. Let's see here. Not really anything that I'd really be interested in here. Not anybody with really a lot of potential. Let's go with age here. You get Bucky Dent. Just see what they say to that. Ken Clay. No, no. Yeah, see, every time you add somebody here. Yeah. So that's probably not going to work there. I probably wouldn't go for that one. Alright. So he's probably not going to be on the deal here. He's a possibility. And again, nothing that exciting though. I don't even know why I put him on there, but probably not. Steve Stone, I just put nothing that exciting here. Jim Bibby, I think kind of is maybe possibly interesting. Did win 13 games last year with 3.20 ERA, is not bad. And let's take a look at. Oh, definitely not Jim Rice. And again, Don Ossie, I don't think so. So, alright, now let's look at... So those are your possibilities here. Let's look at... Let's see, let's go to Butch... Okay, Butch Hobson here. There we go. Okay, so let's look at Butch Hobson here. Alright, I think I did put him as available. I haven't played anything yet since, but I put him as... There we go, trade options. So let's shop him around. I think I did set him to available, though. Alright, so now let's look at this here. Alright, so these are the possibilities of people that we might be able to trade for. Trying to think if there's any. Jim Crawford. Nothing that exciting there. So if you guys see anything on here that might look interesting, I don't know. I'm really looking for either probably a starter. Now Doc Medich was somebody I was thinking about. Or even Mike Norris. So Doc Medich is a possibility. Let's just see what we can get for him here. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of, most of them which are nonsense. Which I'd probably, let's just say if we put Hobson in the mix here. I agree, it's been a pleasure. Then, so we're not improving us by a lot. This would not really hurt us. Okay, so that's not bad. So that's a distinct possibility there. Because we wouldn't really be giving up any pitching. And we'd get rid of Hobson. So that is a distinct possibility there. I think I'm kind of liking that possibility. So let's put... Alright, so let's go and put... Doc Medich. Let's put him on our short list for starting pitches. Alright, that might be the best deal. And he's 28, which isn't bad. So he's still got a lot of life in him. And he's got some good seasons behind him with the Yankees. Not such great with Pittsburgh, but again, good ERA, so it might be just the team he's with. Pittsburgh, I think, was starting to get there, but it wasn't quite there yet. Now he's with Oakland. So that is a very real possibility there. I think I kind of like that. Okay, let's see who else we have. Let's see, Mike Norris possibly. Not much going on there. Potential, but I don't know. Not really any proven track record there. Oh, and he's a relief pitcher anyway, so okay. So let's see here. I don't think there's much for other start. Oh, Jim Clancy, it's a possibility there. That might be something interesting here. hasn't really. This is this rookie season. That is a possibility. Let's see who they want. So we could do the Hobson thing. So this is not too bad. You can try asking for more, but could be fair as it stands. And I don't think I want it. I think that would be good enough. So Jim Clancy has a possibility, so let's put him on our list. Didn't see some of these possibilities last time, but okay, so boom. Alright, so Jim Clancy possibility. But we want somebody that's going to help us right now. I can see Jim Clancy helping us in the future, but probably not right at the moment now. Doc Medich would definitely be somebody that would help us now. Alright, Jerry, yeah, Dave LeManzik, but we already went over him. Jerry Garvin, probably not so much here. It's again a rookie season here. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't really see anything there. Gary Nolan, he was somebody I was kind of interested in. He's got a couple of 15-win seasons. Didn't really do much in the actual majors after this, but here he's 28, so he's right at a good age to get him at. I always kind of like Gary Nolan. So if we put him here, let's see what they say. This is not fair at all. Yeah, see, this is what I was kind of surprised at. We're not getting much in return. I think we are, but it could be just the GM saying that. So Gary Nolan, I'm going to put him on our list just in case. Again, Doc Medich is probably a better deal, but all right, let's go put him on the short list. All right, so I think we're almost done here. Oops. All right, so let's see here. Where are we? Okay, Cincinnati Reds. See if there's any other. Mr. Brodie's checking this out too. Not much there. Because I think we're solid just about everywhere else. If we get Goose Gossage as a closer, that would really help us a lot, I think. Gorman Thomas, that looked interesting here. Now, is this the same Gorman Thomas I'm thinking of outside Milwaukee? I think it is. I think he went on and go play. But I'm not sure. Yeah, Milwaukee. So this must be the open world thing. They must have got him in a trade or something like that, but he hasn't played in the... I mean, I think it might be. Yeah, it's got a lot of potential. I don't know. Let's just see what they would want, just for the heck of it. Yeah. I'm not sure if that is him. It might have been a different Gorman Thomas. McCovey, no. So that is it pretty much. So we go back to our list here. Alright, so those are our possibilities there. Perry's good, but he's older. Ruschel could be the answer we need. He would help us in like right now and in the future. Figueroa, I think we're going to cross off. Lamanzik, no. Doc Medich could help us, I think, right now. And in the future a little bit. Steve Stone, no. Jim Clancy, definitely somebody for the future, possibly. Of course, we know what he did in the future, so that's a possibility. Or Gary Nolan, I think he's somebody who could help us right now. I think he's got possibility in the future, but I don't know. I think I still like Doc Mitchell a little bit better. Not sure exactly, though. Gary Nolan's got that World Series experience. I mean, I think chemistry-wise, I think Rick Ruschel might work because he's from Quincy. That might help. Be a local boy. So yeah, so those are our possibilities. And then this one right here with our... I really would like to do this Rich Gossage thing. I think that would really help us a lot. And again, just to finish it up here. That would be Rick Wise, I think, on that one would work. Either Rick Wise or Reggie Cleveland, but I think Rick Wise is the one I think we want to get rid of there. A little bit less potential and older, so he doesn't not going to really improve a lot. Neither is Reggie Cleveland, but anyway, so those are your things. Let me know your thoughts. You know, Al plays this a lot. Beatles, Clinton, you know, anybody else, ID, anybody that looks at this, see what you guys think. Definitely welcome any of your input. I'm probably going to wait a little bit till I do this, but those are our possibilities. I don't know if I'm going to play a game or two because these things might change, so I might just hold it like right here until I get any of you guys' input. See what we're going to do. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, my co-host and manager, GM extraordinaire, Mr. Brodie, trying to improve the Red Sox and send them to the World Series in 77, 78, and beyond. So build for the future there. We're going to try to keep Fisk, the core, keep Fisk and Lynn, as well as the other ones we kept, and try to improve upon the team that we had. So thank you for joining me. God bless. Bye-bye now.